Recently, I have come to admit to myself that I have a problem. I struggle to finish games. I don't mean they're too hard or that I don't have the time. Far from it. Even dealing with fatherhood and life commitments as a gamer in my middle age, I have often found the time to play when I really want to, even if it's in the dead of night. But I have developed a problem with commitment. Or is it that the nature of 21st century gaming has ruined my natural desire to finish a new game and see it through to the end? Having been a gamer since the 80s, I have completed my fair share of games, trust me. I revelled in one accomplishment after another. I would drain every last ounce out of a game purchase before taking on the next challenge, maxing out scores in Tony Hawk, saving the day in Metal Gear Solid, and saving the universe in Mass Effect. I would often replay these games again and again to see what else could be achieved on the next playthrough. But over recent years, this side of me has waned, and I feel guilty as I start game after game recently and struggle to finish before moving on to the next product. Am I at fault? Am I caught up in the hype train of the next big thing? I've been trying to put my finger on it, and I think it's a mixture of things. But in its most general terms, I would say it's down to a gluttony of riches. But to break it down further, let's make a list. 1. Disposable income. It's an obvious thing, but as a youngster, funds were limited. Pocket money, weekend jobs. Money was saved for the next big thing, and therefore games held a higher value to me. They had to be savoured and absorbed to get the most bang for my buck. Cut to grown-up life, where with a higher income, along with the value of games tumbling in sale after sale, and it's far easier to pick up something else just because it seems good value. 2. Live service games. This is a huge one, particularly as a Destiny fan, but the commitment required to stay on the cutting edge of your favourite live service games is often detrimental to the time needed to take a break for other releases. The fear of missing out on the next event, on levelling up your season pass, or getting that rare piece of gear, means that these games can become a job in themselves. We love them, but they demand a lot of us. 3. Volume of releases. Put simply, we have so much more choice as the years go by. The fight for your attention is a difficult one. We are spoiled for choice. The amount of different releases on any given week is obscene, more than anyone could cope with. It's no wonder that games lose their value so quickly. The peak sales window is smaller and smaller as the next big thing is just around the corner. So it's far easier to put something down if it's not scratching that itch, as we have far more choice now than ever before. 4. Free stuff. Game Pass, PS Plus, Epic Game Store, free to play. The amount of content that could be added to our library now each month is grander than ever before. If you've been a member of one of these services for a while, your library could be huge, creating a backlog of games that you can never keep up with. It's great, but it's also daunting. At least I'll have lots of choice when I finally retire. It's a great world we live in now as gamers. More choice than ever before. More chances to find the next thing to win your heart and truly connect with. But also, far more chances to feel overwhelmed, or worse still, pressured into keeping up with the curve. The question is, do we as gamers feel that we have to finish everything? I've put books down before that were not good enough to hold my attention, that dragged on and were poorly written. My time is valuable, and I shouldn't feel compelled to waste it on something I'm not enjoying, right? Is there a sense that games must be finished? Or do you feel happy to put things down that aren't giving you that joy you need in the moment? There's definitely some guilt for me in this department. I always feel bad when I don't see a game through. Whilst there's some games that I enjoy and wish to go back to, there is a sense I need to finish everything no matter what, unless it's truly awful. But for whatever reason, I'm in a state of flux and notice that it seems to be a repeating pattern. There are games that hold me no matter what. I saw Red Dead Redemption 2 and Death Stranding through to the bitter end, and they were epic in length. but the worlds completely pulled me in. I played Last of Us Part 2 through twice to get the Platinum Trophy, as I adored the sheer quality of it through and through. So maybe it's also that my expectations are higher. My threshold for quality, after 30 plus years of gaming, means that I need to be truly wowed to see something through. I've been there, I've done that and bought the t-shirt when it comes to gaming. So maybe I just need you to truly knock my socks off to keep me hooked. Or maybe it's all of the above and more. How about you? Am I alone in this, or does anyone feel my pain?